Hello and welcome to Strand by Strand. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before we start this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you may know every time I upload. So in this video, I wanted to jump right in. I just want to show you how to wash your client's hair properly in the shampoo bowl. So in this particular service, I was highlighting my client's hair. And before we start any shampoo service, I want to make sure to remove all of the product as much as I possibly can with the water and make sure also that the hair is nice and saturated and very, very wet before I even go to reach for the shampoo. That way, I can ensure that even in my first shampoo, I can already begin to lather up. You don't want to just waste too much product because the hair is not really lathering up. Most of the job of removing any dirt or oils or even the product that you're using on your client's hair for that day is done right as you start to wash with the water. So make sure you wet before you even grab onto the shampoo. So now I start with Olaplex clarifying shampoo, and I use just a few pumps and I make sure I emulsify it in my hands and I go straight for the scalp. I don't really go towards the ends first because we don't want to dry out the ends too much. We just want to make sure to remove all that oil and sweat from her scalp so that whenever we go to do the blowout, it's a nice and bouncy, flowy blowout and it's not heavy and oily looking. So once the shampoo is already on her scalp, you go ahead and you wet it a little bit more and it should start to lather up like this. And this lather right here is telling me that I properly wet her hair in the beginning and I made sure that the water helped me to remove all of that dirt and oil and even the product that I was using before with the highlights. And that's why I'm able to, even in my first shampoo, get a really nice lather because the water did most of the job for me. The shampoo is really just ensuring the cleanliness of the hair. So water and shampoo work together, and the water is really helping me to save up on my products. I'm not using too much of the shampoo to make sure that the scalp is clean because the water already removed like 80% of the dirt that was already on her scalp. So make sure to take your time in the beginning and just lather up that hair with water, or saturate rather the hair with water, and just also they like that feeling. The clients like when the water is running through their scalp. It's very relaxing. So make sure that their shampoo experience is very relaxing, enjoyable, because as we all know, this is the best part. And of course, you don't want to forget that neck. You make sure that you lift her scalp, make sure you grab everything that is underneath that neck. So sometimes when we are doing color retouches and everything, and we don't really wash this part of the neck, whenever we're already blow drying their hair, they start feeling a little bit itchy, or sometimes they go home and they're like, oh, I don't know, like last time it was really itchy around my neck down here. And it's because we forget to lift the hair up and actually shampoo the neck area as well. So let's not forget about that, okay? So now once we have lathered up, make sure it's all nice and clean. You want to do the same thing that you did in the beginning, and is to wet her hair. Make sure it's nice and saturated with water. You want to make sure you remove all of those suds, because at least for this particular service that I was doing, I'm going to be toning after this. So not only do I want to make sure that all of my lightener was removed, but I also want to make sure that there's no shampoo left in her hair, because I don't want it to dilute my toner, because I want my toner to really tone the highlights to her desired tone. So in this video, like whenever I was wetting her hair in this part, my camera died, so I didn't show you how I was rinsing her neck out, but I'm going to use another part of another video that I had already posted on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to link it right on top. You can go ahead and watch it right here. But this is how I usually rinse out the shampoo from my client's neck. I lift her head up and then I kind of cup the water with my other hand so that her back doesn't get all wet. Okay. And this is what your blowout should look like. You see all those little hairs on the top? All of that means is that her hair is properly cleansed. So, you know how a lot of clients are always like, oh, my little hairs that always stand up. Tell them, hey, that's a great sign. Not only is that showing you that your hair is actually growing, but it's also showing you that your hair is properly cleansed because it's not heavy with oils and dirt and sweat. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below what you learned from this video and what else you would like to learn about. Thank you so much. God bless.